Be talking about some basic killer perks. Well, not really some killer perks, but mainly some perk builds you would want to use against like a specific killer like Trapper or Wraith or any one of those. So I have gone all the way down to Ash, which is all of the killers, all 17 of the killers. I've gone through every killer, gone through making sure what perk I would say would best fit them. And if there is a specific killer you'd want to see, go ahead and let me know. I'll be able to, because we have Trapper, Wraith, Billy, all the way down to the Demogorgon. And these are what I think. Of course, people can definitely say that they have a better idea of how to counter this killer, but these are what I think are the best. So first, we're going to go ahead for Dwight. This is how I would say you would counter the Trapper. So first you would want Dark Sense. Dark Sense where every time a generator is complete, you see the killer aura is revealed to you for 5 seconds. When the last one is complete, it's revealed to you for 10 seconds. You're definitely going to want to see the Trapper, especially if he's in the middle of placing that trap. You're going to want Saboteur, so that if you want to, you can sabotage his little traps and make them not unusable for him. You're going to want Urban Evasion, so that while you're running, if you're running, you can use Urban Evasion and crouch around, which hides your scratch marks and lessens the ability for you to get caught in one of his traps. And then, of course, Small Game, where if you're within 12 meters of a trap or a totem, it dings, so that lets you know if you're near a trap or a totem. The next killer we're going to be going up with is the Wraith. Of course, again, Dark Sense, showing you where the killer is. We got Iron Will, which if you're injured, you cannot have your grunts of pain heard by the killer. This is just in case, because that's how Wraith usually does find his victims, especially if they are injured. He'll go around in cloak mode and he will try to surprise you, but if you have Iron Will, he will most likely not be able to find you. And then we got Sprint Burst, where if he does find you, you'll be able to use Sprint Burst and get as far away as you can, since when he gets uncloaked, he has a little bit of speed. Now with Sprint Burst, you can also have that little bit of speed to put some distance between him and yourself. And then of course Lightweight, so that if he does break the line of sight with you, your scratch marks can be a little harder for him to track. So that's what I think of the perk build for Wraith. Next we're going up is against the Hillbilly. Dead Hard, where if you're injured, if you press the active ability, you avoid taking any damage and you're exhausted for 40 seconds. Why I think Dead Hard is because if any killer wants to go M1 you, then Dead Hard do. But also, if he goes to chainsaw you, you can Dead Hard, and that will make him miss his chainsaw. Of course, Urban Evasion, so that it hides your scratch marks, makes it a lot more easier for the killer to miss you while you're going by him. Then we got Windows of Opportunity, since you're always pressured, and especially getting chased by a Hillbilly, you're always going to want to know where pallets and windows are. So this reveals pallets and windows within 20 meters of range, and whenever you use them, it has a cooldown for every 20 seconds. And then of course Spine Chill, this lets you know if the killer is coming in your direction and when to bail or stay on a generator. So that's what I think of the Hillbilly. Next going up is the Nurse. Balanced Landing, where if you fall from a good bit of height, your staggering from duration is 75%, so you don't get much of a cooldown after you drop down. And when you land, you have a sprinting percent of 150% your running speed for a maximum of 3 seconds. So what I'd say is, after Nurse comes at you, especially with her blinks, if she misses, you can fall off of a building and put some more distance between you and her, which gives her a little much more hard of a chance to hit you. And especially with their with their buildings around and items around, like tires, we all know Nurse hates those tires. Those can definitely help keep you in more of a distance and keep her in. Then we got Iron Will. Since Nurse really does rely on her perk, Nurse's Calling, usually, she's gonna expect people to heal, and or at least stay injured until she can find them. So Iron Will is you do not have to heal, and she won't be able to find you as easily. She only have to be able to see your blood marks, and I don't think a Nurse would actually run Bloodhound. Next up, we have Object of Obsession. Why I think this is, you can tell where the killer is. If you're the Obsession, you can see her up from 72 meters. And if you're not the Obsession, you can see her aura within 64 meters. But this also has a defect where she can see your aura as well. But why I think this is good is, if you see her about to blink and she's coming in your direction, this is definitely going to be able to help you going to decide whether to go into a locker, since if you go into a locker while she's blinking, she cannot pull you out. All she can do is hope that she tricks you, which is not really much. And then of course we got Will Make It, where if you do end up healing and you pull someone off a hook, the faster you get them healed, the faster you can get out of there. That's pretty much what it is after you pull someone off of a hook, you get 100% additional speed for healing others for a full minute and 30 seconds. Which is pretty good, especially against that nurse, which relies on healing. So the faster you heal, she won't be able to use her perk. Nurse's Calling is going to be used for like maybe 2 seconds. And then of course, this next one right here, we got the Hag. Of course, small game with her little traps that she can place down and teleport to. I think small game is pretty good because if you're near one of hers and you're using urban evasion or something like that, this will let you know that one of her traps is around and you will not be able to activate it or burn it with a flashlight if you have one. Then we got Dark Sense. You're always going to want to see where the killer is, where with Hag, since she's very short, she can't exactly see you a lot, and if you're getting chased by her while generators are being done, you'll be able to see her and she won't be able to see you as much. Then we got Live, because since since Hag does try to really get after the survivor that she's chasing, using Live really puts distance on you and herself. With Hag not being too fast, this really does help you out in the end. And then of course Sprint Burst, which if she comes at you or if you see one of her things pop up and she appears there, you can use Sprint Burst to get out of there. Next up we got, of course, against the Doctor, you're always going to want to bring Calm Spirit, where it reduces your chances of alerting woodland creatures and allows you to overcome the urge to scream, where we all know Doctor's power, which is a static. If he hits you with a static, you scream and reveal your location. Calm Spirit denies that. Windows of Opportunity. Usually when you're in tier 3, the killer, you cannot use your items, you cannot repair generators, you cannot do any of that, but you can still pull down pallets and vault through windows. Having an easier ability to find out and track where those are really does help you, especially against a Doctor. And learning how to time what you're trying to do, like pull down the pallet when you're trying to time it right, it can really screw over the Doctor, give you about a full 2 minutes or maybe even 5 minutes if you know how to loop right. Then of course Balance Landing, where you can make some more distance between you and the killer. And then Spine Chill. The reason why I chose Spine Chill is, if the killer's the Doctor, his static isn't really sensible, like it's not you know what I mean, where you'll hear it but you won't know, it's not directional, that's what the word I'm looking for, it's not directional. So Spine Chill is if he's shocking around and coming towards your direction, you'll be able to know to bail or not. The next one is against Michael Myers, or the Shape. You're always going to want Dark Sense and Object of Obsession. If you cannot keep an eye on that guy, he will either grab you or come in out of nowhere with a tier 3. Spine Chill, if he's coming in your direction, you'll be able to notice. And then Iron Will, which he won't be able to hear you as well when you're injured. Those are always good against Myers, because he mainly tries to make sure that you don't know exactly where he is and stalking you. So these are pretty much preventing him from stalking you. And this one makes it to make sure that you don't get found as easily. Okay, next up we got the Huntress. This one was a little hard for me to choose, but I went ahead with Dead Hard, since with Dead Hard you can, as I said earlier, you cannot take damage from anything. So if she does throw a hatchet at you and you know it's going to hit you, you can use Dead Hard and that will negate you being hit down by that Huntress for a while. Then we got Spine Chill, where if she's in your direction you can know. Sprint Burst, in case she goes for an M1 attack or she tries to hit you with a hatchet, you can use Sprint Burst to go more faster than her. And then Premonition, where since she has a range of 40 meters with her terror radius, if she gets closer to you, your Premonition will activate when she's in 36 meters. So that's what I think for the Huntress. I'm not going to remember every killer based off of what I think, so I'm going off of what I believe I saw. So the next one I'm going to say is for Leatherface. I believe it's for Leatherface. Hang on, let me take a sec. Yeah, it is for Leatherface. So this next one is for Leatherface, where Iron Will, he can't hear you when you're injured. Spine Chill, if it comes towards your direction, you can choose to leave or not. Sprint Burst, if he does try to get you with that chainsaw, you can use Sprint Burst to get faster. And then Stakeout, where every time you're within his terror radius for every 15 seconds, you get 1 token, and every token guarantees a great skill check. So why I think this is good is because, well, of course he's going to be wanting to use his chainsaw. If you're injured when he goes to M1 you, because he is definitely going to have to M1 you at one point when you know his tricks. Spine Chill and Iron Will are going to know if he's close to you, and since he can't hear you, you're going to know whether he's coming in your direction or not. Sprint Burst, as I said earlier, if he tries to get you with that chainsaw, he's definitely going to have to work a lot more harder with Sprint Burst. And then Stake Out is just to make sure that if he's still in your terror radius or not, it'll go up. If you pay attention to that and you don't hear his terror radius anymore, then he's most likely gone and left you. So Stake Out will stop moving up, and you can just go on with your day and get those great skill checks for more blood points. Next up, I put up as for Freddy Krueger, which is the Nightmare, Object of Obsession, where, as I said earlier, you can see his aura, but you can also see yours. Since he's not able to be seen that clearly from farther than 24 meters, I think, you're definitely going to want this so you can see where he is without having to rely on hoping that the game's RNG is definitely going to be on your side. Spine Chill, if he's coming in your direction, you can choose to go or not. And then Small Game, which might confuse a few people, but Small Game is where if he has like if he has a fake pallet down, or if he has like a blood pool down, that'll let you know that you're within 12 meters of it, to make sure you stay away so you don't lose any of your speed. And then Windows of Opportunity, where it won't count if it sees a pallet, it's not gonna light up, so that's how you can tell it's gonna be a fake pallet. And then, of course, if you pull it down and it stuns him, you're gonna keep on going, knowing which ones are fake and which ones are not. So this next one right here, I believe, is for the pig. Spine Chill, if the pig isn't crouching, you can't hear her terror radius, so Spine Chill is your next best option, since she'll be able to come to. If she's coming to you, it'll light up, and you can leave out of there. Sprint Burst is if you hear her ambush attack, you can Sprint Burst out far away, since you're faster than her when she's ambushing, and that'll most likely make her miss. Object of Obsession, if someone's getting chased, you can tell if she's around you. If she's on the other side of the map and you see her aura, she's not going to be focusing on you, she's going to be focusing on the survivor she's attacking right now. So that'll let you know whether you can go in for the save on that survivor, or if you should stay out on your generator. And then Urban Evasion, where if you're crouched, your movement speed while crouching is increased by 100%, just in case, so that you can hide your little scratch marks, and it makes it a lot more harder for her to track you. This next one, I believe, is for the Clown. So, Clown, I got Spine Chill, again, coming in direction you can leave or not. Dead Heart, where if he throws a bottle at you, or tries to M1 you, if you Dead Heart, you dodge both of those. Adrenaline, where if he's chasing you, and since his bottles slow you down if you get caught, hoping that people get that last generator on can really save you from that situation. And then Dark Sense, where if a generator is down, you can see his aura for 5 seconds to 10 seconds. This next one I got for Spirit. Iron Will, you're definitely going to want Iron Will, because if she's phasing, especially if she doesn't have payer beads, she's not going to know whether or not you're there or not, unless she knows that she sees your blood points, or she sees your blood trail. Spine Chill is if she is phasing, it'll light up, and that'll let you know that she's coming in your direction. Sprint Burst is for if she comes out of nowhere, you can use that quickly to dodge a quick attack. And then Stake Out, where it's kind of like Spine Chill, where it lets you know if she's coming in your direction or not. So, for this killer, it's going to be for the Legion, and you're probably going to be wondering, why the hell did you put on No Mither, Jack? Well, honestly, if you have No Mither on and you're against the Legion, if he is ever using his Feral Frenzy, it is non-existent. No matter how many times he hits you, if you have No Mither, his Feral Frenzy, he might as well become an M1 killer. Then we have Sprint Burst, where if he does try to M1 you, you can use that and get away. Iron Will, so that since you're always going to be injured, he won't be able to find you as easily. And then Bond, where if you're running around, you can make sure that you can bring him farther away from your companions and friends to make sure he doesn't hit them and have his Feral Frenzy last longer. So this next one is kind of surprising, but this one is for the Plague, where Dark Sense and Sprint Burst, if she gets close, you can run away, or if a generator is done, you can see her. And then Diversion, where if you are in her terror radius for at least 45 seconds, you can use the active ability button, and if you throw it, it's like a pebble. You throw it and it creates scratch marks and a noise notification, which could distract the killer potentially the entire game. So why I chose this perk is if she's on, not based on, if she's going on someone else, if she is trying to sicken a lot of people, if you throw it near somewhere where no one is and she goes for that bait, you just injure guys a few seconds to make sure that you guys get those generators done. And then Quick and Quiet, where if you fast vault or hide your audio for 100%, and it can be triggered every 20 seconds. So basically, if you're getting chased, you can use that to go through a sneaky window or a sneaky pallet, or even through a locker, and she will most likely be dumbfounded. But if she knows how to deal with this, then she's gonna be able to find you. But it is a good gamble to get you a few bit away, because people don't really run quick and quiet as much. After the plague, this is for Ghostface. For Ghostface, Object of Obsession and Spine Chill. If he's in Night Shroud, you won't be able to hear his terror radius. So Object of Obsession shows you his aura within a certain amount of meters, and then Spine Chill. If you don't hear his terror radius, but that lights up, he's most likely stalking you. Iron Will, where if he does M1 you, you have a better chance of getting away, and then Sprint Burst, making the chase from him chasing you a little longer. And then finally, we're gonna go ahead and end this off with a good old Demigorgon counter build. So Dead Hard,
What is this place?
thank you for that, Ash. So for Dead Hard, if the killer Demigorgon is going to use his Shroud, you can use Dead Hard and dodge that completely. It's gonna get him a lot more closer to you, but if you do use his right, he won't be able to get you down as easily. And then Spine Chill, since you can really hear him stomping around, but you don't know which way he's gonna be stomping from. So Spine Chill is gonna be able to tell you where he's coming from. Windows of Opportunity, where you're definitely gonna want to find at least a window or a pallet for the shred ability. Since the Demogorgon shred can really come at you, I'm thinking if you're able to find at least a good window or pallet, you're going to be able to loop him around that for now. Because if you find a good window or pallet, he won't be able to use his shred for a good while, and he'll be an M1 killer. And then of course Iron Will, where if you're injured, you'll be able to not cause any grunts of pain. So that's my idea for how I would counter every single one of the killers. If you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button down below, subscribe if you're new, turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime I make a new upload, and let me know if you guys agree with what I say or not. If you guys don't agree, leave down a comment below what you would change, or if you guys want to, leave a comment down below if you want to see the killer aspect of the best kind of builds for killers. But that's it for now, guys. Hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.